videos.
I think it's almost every time we finish a conversation and then there's a lag and then we wait for the lag and then one of or both of us is saying something silly. So hello, welcome everyone.
What's the deal with that?
I don't know. I think usually it's you, but there's been some times where I said something weird that did not make any sense, and here we are today.
Listen, I already know I'm weird, so.
Yeah, we get it. Eloise is here to be productive.
Eloise. Do. Excellent interview this morning. I got to finish watching it.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Dancing.
Eloise.
Woo! That's your new theme song. We could try and clip this, and then every time we just I send it over to you, Eloise, and then you do it for your intro. Or you could just do it for like a live, because I think she has a great intro for her videos already.
Oh.
That was a fun one. Yes, exactly.
Eloise.
Oh, it could be an outro.
Oh. I just recently got rid of my intro because I was just like, people were jumping out of my video on the intro. So I was like, let me just get to the information. And then I just do a little thing at the end. But I liked my intro, but it's not really whatever.
Well, how long was it?
It was 13 seconds, not even, which is right on the cusp. But it builds up, like it has a crescendo, like, and then then it has like that like it resolves, and then it goes, keep developing the right mindset, whatever. It is what it is.
It's you can bring it back, or you just do it for your regular videos, but not live.
Well, yeah, that's something. See, she knows. Oh. I feel like she watched it then. Because it's like, boom, boom. The music's good. I like the music. I got it. It's obviously it's YouTube music because I didn't want to get docked. So I was just like, what's free on YouTube? But by the way, I just want to say, remember the chapter we were working on last time, or the chapter I was working on last time?
Kind of, yeah. And did you finish?
I finished that chapter at 4,200 words.
Oh, that's normal, right?
For epic fantasy, yeah. Plus the kind of chapter it is,
Yeah, I was doing chapter 11, which I did finish last time, and that chapter 11 is 1,337 words.
There you go. Just fly through that book.
Funny. Yeah. I mean, that is going to be like that. My enter the room for chapter 12, which we were discussing before, and that's why he came on saying pick the nose. No, because my first line for chapter 12, we were discussing it. Then again, it doesn't particularly matter, but I was just being picky at myself because I just randomly started typing before we got on, and I said, I typed in, coming back home was like returning to a professionally run daycare center. And then like the next, which I didn't read to you, so it probably would make more sense. But the next two sentences are just setting up how everyone is all in their place, being all nice and calm.
Taking naps, drinking their juicy.
Yeah, because Althea is basically babysitting.
Oh, nice.
But
like on the baby?
Now, well, like, they're kind of like they're acting like the problem when you have a ghost, a house fairy, and a very rare shapeshifter that kind of acts like a kid, but other times she doesn't, because she's been what's that called?
Yeah,
sheltered.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
it's weird.
You said they're babysitting, so are they sitting on the babies?
Don't sit on the baby. That's frowned upon. Well, okay. Well, now we do have more people. We have 3 people now, but this
Woo!
would be a good time, 5 minutes in, to say that 2 things are happening, uh, on my end that we might not go to, like,
Literally on her
2
end.
hours. Yeah. Why'd you have to say that? You're disgusting. I, my husband last night put way too much olive oil, and I am too Irish for that, so I have an
Yeah.
upset stomach.
Eat a potato. It
Unlike
helps.
Thomas, I'm not going to fart on air. That would be inappropriate. I just said it, but I'm not going to do it. He would though. And then another thing is like the rain and the wind outside. It's not good. So I don't know how how my internet's gonna be at any point of time. So I'm
All right.
thinking less than 2 hours.
Okay.
But
Okay. So how
just letting
long?
everyone know.
No. Is that more or less than 120 minutes? No.
I don't know.
Literary love is
Oh
like,
wait.
what is going on?
This is what happens. Um
Yeah,
yes. If
we're
this is
crazy.
your first ever live stream with uh me and Thomas, yeah, it's a little chaotic. But like Eloise, who's been here for many, many times, she just jumps right in. Or like Emma or whatever. Yes. Yeah, it's by Thomas. He's trolling me on my own live stream and he's a guest. What is this? What is this? I don't even know.
That's right. Is it because I have trolls in my book? I don't understand what's going on. All right.
I have yet to have trolls in my book. I have ogres though.
Ogre? Are they ogres? Like they're fancy
Ogres,
ogres?
like French?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
The
just
ogre.
ogres. I do want to maybe have a troll or two. I'm thinking of. I have to read up on my troll folklore. Do they have to be under or around
A bridge?
bridges?
No. They
Yeah,
could they could, be they could just be trolls, like they just go on the
just troll
internet and just
around.
yeah, they just troll people, you know? What kind of
Actual
troll are
troll.
you? Yeah. I'm the internet
They've
troll.
moved on from the bridge,
That's
and
right.
now
That's
they're
right.
doing.
They bridge their
Yeah,
life to the modern world. Do you give
yeah.
your characters voices when you're writing them? Are you like, uh, like, hey, I'm the character. Oh, this is my first live stream with you, but I've watched some of your videos. And Nicole, nice.
Yeah, this is a bit different than my videos.
Oh yeah, yes, I am
Yeah.
the long-haired singer.
Oh yes.
Sing once again with me a strange duet. My
Is that
power over you. What?
Phantom of the Opera?
That is Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, I got it right. I did get it right, people.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the party.
That's right. I could also do Jekyll and Hyde if there's any requests.
Is that a musical? No,
It is a
that's a
musical.
book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
That lost in the darkness, silence surrounds you.
No, that
Once there was morning, now endless night. I weep. No, no.
that sounds also like Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
Or is it Les Miserables?
well, Les Mis. I can't really do Les Mis because I'm not a ensemble.
Well, you could try, and we would give you props for that, Thomas. I'm sure someone would give you at least an A minus for
I
the
know.
attempt.
Look, it's my mother's favorite play, and I go, "But why, Mom?
Oh,
It's so miserable." And she goes,
yeah.
"Badoosh."
See, that's what
I'm
I'm saying. I was like, Les
Valjean.
Mis?
Yeah, she loves Les Mis.
Les
What
Mis?
is it, Valjean or something? Then he jumps off the bridge. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler! Jinx.
Jinx.
Oh, woo. Well, since I'm not sure we can do like more than an hour and a half, we should jump into the 20-minute productivity
Let's do it.
sprint.
You
See
ready?
how
Well,
we
well,
go.
first we have 10
Mhm.
seconds. Quick, tell them what you're working on. What chapter?
Oh,
And get them in.
yeah. Chapter 12. with already 275 words of Midnight Murders, the third book in the Midnight Detective Agency. And oh, it's not okay. I have to remember there's a leap year. So in 2 days, actually, Murderous Fairies. I said that wrong. Okay, because that makes it sound like I'm doing something else. So March 27th, I'm just gonna go right there. March 27th, Murderous Fairies is going to be released. That's the second book. So I'm writing the third book. What are you writing, Thomas?
I am working on chapter 62 of The Maven Wars, A King's
Mm-hmm.
Death. This chapter is titled The Bard of Silation, and we are in the third act. We are coming in with, after this, I have like 6 more chapters, and the
Woo!
book is,
Are
book,
you
book
going
is done.
now? Are you going to celebrate when you finish the draft, or do you do celebrations
You said doo doo.
like after? I
Um,
did do.
Well, what I do is I do well, this is the zero draft. So it kind of
Mhm.
I write it out with bullet points, but it is written like I write out like prose as per what I've
Mhm.
read in the past on these writing sprints, but they're not immersive per se. And then
Mhm.
I finish it and then I kind of take like a week's break and just let my brain
Mhm.
calm down. And then I go back and I start the first draft, which means I go back and I just run through it, adding the immersion. But these chapters that I'm working on, I still have to wait for the alpha readers to read these particular chapters and give me notes, and then I kind of like filter the notes. But
Mhm.
technically, I could write the whole book up to Act 3 because I've already done all the work.
Uh-huh. Yeah, see what I do when I finish the book,
Yeah. What do you do?
we I do indeed do at least like well, when was the last when I did Midnight Murders? Oh, I think we did like a my husband and I did a huge don't even remember what the restaurant was, but uh DoorDash like in
Oh,
celebration.
that's
The
a restaurant.
other one, yeah, Obsidian Murders, we went out to a local Mexican restaurant, and then when I finished the two foxes, we went to hibachi place.
Yeah, that makes sense because of the
Yeah,
fox.
there's yeah. No, we don't eat foxes there, sir. Okay, we got chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
fox tastes like chicken. I don't actually celebrate when I finish the book. I just relax. I go,
Oh
oh, I
yeah, I
need a
take
break.
at least 3 weeks before coming back, but I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
have a scrambled brain. So
yeah. You know, so
I take a
I'm
little
writing
longer.
an epic fantasy, so I'm. I need
Well,
a
you take
break.
a week, and then any type of genre for me, I have to take at least 3. So what do we? I don't know. Your brain's more something than mine.
My brain is fried most of the time, and I don't even do drugs except for a Tylenol here and there because I'm old.
Yeah, well that counts. Oh, you can also count caffeine if you drink
Oh, the caffeine.
caffeine.
But today I'm doing the water. But let's do it. Let's get into the 20. Let's get
Yes.
so
Yeah, we're
you can handle
going.
yourself. All right.
Barely. Yeah, let's go.
Early. All right, I'm gonna hit it. We're gonna. There's the 3 count, and then let's do it. I'll see you in a second. right. Okay. All right.
Hello, all right.
All right.
Hello,
Okay.
squad. Hey, we're back.
Squad
How
is in
did you do? Everyone's in the house.
everyone. How
Tinkle,
did I do? I did all
tinkle.
right. I did all right. I
Yeah,
wrote
you do.
1,000,000 words.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Well, I was organizing notes onto the page and putting them into order, and then I wrote about 150 words. But I mapped out the chapter with some new notes I had taken during the week.
Mhm.
So, tinkle, 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 tinkle. Come on, Christopher. Let me show you how to tinkle, tinkle. You're not
Does he
allowed.
even say that in Family Guy? I don't even remember.
No, but he does talk like this though.
That's why
Chris,
I
if you ever
know
wanna,
what you're saying.
Chris, you
And
gotta
not
see the
like,
new bathroom I got. That's a nice bathtub.
now are you the voice actor for that?
No, no, no. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Actually prefer American Dad over Family Guy,
Oh
but
yeah, the alien is
yeah,
definitely more entertaining.
best. Yep. But yeah, going back to writing, we are so ADD. I do have it, so I don't know what you have, but maybe it's
What?
just. Do you have ADD?
Do I? I don't know. What was that? A squirrel? No.
Yeah.
I don't believe I have ADHD, but I
Well,
don't really get
I
distracted, but I
talked.
get hyper focused, and I think that might actually be a variation of the
Mm,
ADHD. But I definitely know I have OCD, as I am. What do you call it? Diagnosed with that, uh,
mhm.
and chronic, or now it's called persistent depression. But I have both those awesome things.
You just add on ADD. It's fine.
Yeah, the hell, I have
That,
ADHD.
that, that,
That reminds me,
That's
I
what
gotta go get
happened
the
to
pie
me.
I'm cooking.
Just add on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cooking a pie, working on the car.
Working on your book,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
drying
go
out
to
your
make a
hair.
pie, and I'm like, oh, I need butter. I should go to the store because I definitely.
Well, you could do that in 20 minutes, and that could technically be productive.
That's true. The place is right down the road. So,
Boom.
how'd you do? How do you go? Can we hear something? Do we get the opening of the chapter yet? Or are you still working on it?
Oh, we moved on from the opening chapter. It's going to be as that is. But now I have 840 words. And when we cut off, I have Bloodsworth wearing a Cramps band T-shirt.
Nice.
So I was looking into. Um, I mean, I count it as punk rock, psychobilly, with a mix of like goth and horror elements. So that's what I put down, and basically that's what Wikipedia said. So,
So it's like music.
well, Alex and Nina stop by, and they sit down as Althea is still fixing up her green chicken curry.
Yeah, as
They're
you
trying
do.
to do small talk. Yeah, small talk. And Alex is like, "Oh, Bloodsworth band T-shirt," because that's basically in every book. There
Yeah.
are there are multiple band T-shirts that are either punk, rock, or metal, or some variation from him.
Do you avoid real world bands because you can get in
The
trouble for
Cramps
that?
are real.
Oh well, yeah, because you could. There's a chance for copyright infringement.
Well, you said not if you just mentioned them.
Yeah, if you just mention, but like if you describe a shirt that looks like one of their shirts, now you're in iffy territory.
Really.
But you could be like, oh, I listen to
Oh.
Black Sabbath all the time. Like you could do that. You could be like, he's wearing a Black Sabbath shirt. You could do that too. But you can't be like, he grabbed the volume 1 or volume 4 cover with the yellow design, and like now you're getting into iffy territory. So
Oh,
yeah,
y'all are annoying the shit out of me with that. All I said was he pushed back his jacket to reveal the cramps. To reveal, I found a typo. To reveal his cramps T-shirt. Oh, fuck this noise. Whatever. I'll put the typos in to reveal the cramps in the typical monster-like font famous from the classic 20th century horror movies. You know those fonts.
Oh, you might get it. You get away with that. You know, you get away with that. Nicole, you'll get away with that. Listen, Nicole, you'll get it.
I'm not interested in being sued.
No one's gonna sue you. They're gonna be like, you could get away with it.
Yeah,
no,
you
that's
better,
fine.
or else I will shank the cramps. That's what I will do. Like, you want to be punk rock? You're gonna just let someone say the cramps in the monster font of 20th century horror movies.
Now, see, in my world, the guys get the cramps and the girls do not. So
that's good.
Yeah, and when you get the period, it actually comes out your eyes and nose, but it's only the men.
That's like
and that's
that.
how you know you're soulmates. See, the girl has her quote unquote period, and then the guy experiences the cramps and the blood.
That's very imaginative.
Yeah,
but
imagine,
I guess
imagine I did that.
Since it's fantasy, I guess you can go with that.
Yeah. And then the guys give birth to the child like the seahorses. You know, like
the little baby seahorses. Those are cute.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. You don't want to read your the first paragraph, the first the passage of your opening of the chapter? It's out of context.
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at what I did.
Like, I don't want to read this. Look at it,
people. Well, the first bit of the chapter 12, possibly, people.
What's
possibly,
the bit?
Saying, coming back home was like returning to an unnaturally calm daycare center. Drusilla was snacking on potato chips. George hovered next to my comfy chair. Althea was in the kitchen cooking something delicious, and Evangeline was laid out on the couch watching a nature documentary. See,
I like it.
The first line makes sense if you read the second line because everyone's in their place and they're
called context. I get it.
Running around. Yeah.
It's show sometimes tell. You gotta tell a little bit to get some context.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was the first line was snazzy.
Yeah, it's pretty snazzy. I felt snazzed when you read it. I was like, oh, I just was snazzed.
Well, here we go. So good.
Don't snazz too much. All right.
Yeah, don't do too much of whatever. Of all the things.
What's with the snazzy person here? What's going on? What's with the snazz? Look at the snazz. Well, the snazz is crazy. Snazzy? What?
Did you snazz up your chapter?
I got an. You want to hear my intro? I'll read my intro.
Yeah. Well, if it's the same intro as you read last time, then maybe not. But
no, I'm on a new chapter. Look, I fly.
Okay, good.
Okay. Here we go. A spark of flint ignites the hallway, and a scented oil warmed over in light against the black stones of Castle Moor Elreen. Aaliyah turned to the group behind her in the tight area. The barbarians touched the walls, feeling the cold of the structure. She smiled at their curiosity, looking through the group of three to the back at Darian. His body seemed relaxed in the shadows outside the ring of torchlight, as if he were at home, hidden from the wandering eyes. There we go. That's
my intro. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Fancy.
By the way, that's a 0 draft. That's I still have to add immersion.
You show off. Here I am with my one line.
That was one side. There was a lot of commas. A lot of commas, semicolons, ellipses.
Ooh, yes, epic fantasy.
Yeah.
No periods. Barely.
No, I like to vary my
coming out of your eyes.
That's right. Oh, my girlfriend must have her period.
Poor guy, I guess.
That's funny. That's funny.
Well,
What is one thing uh that you thought would be interesting that would be really like out of place and different or quote unquote weird to others that you were like, I really want to put this in the book, but then you decided not to?
I don't think anything that I can't think of anything.
Well, like when you
I have a bad
brainstorming.
memory. No, I don't really. My brainstorms go out of the door because I have so much in my mind that I info dump all the time.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Especially for books, I I know all the things without usually having to write them out at this point, but that means if something doesn't work, then I'm not going to remember it because it's not needed. So I out my brain.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
those exact words.
Stephen King said something like that. He says, he goes, when I have an idea, I think about the idea. And then if I forget the idea, then it couldn't have been a good enough idea to remember. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, also you're old, Stephen King. So
I'm not old.
Your memory is poor.
I have a lot of mental illnesses that the symptom is poor memory. So we stack that up, and I'm like, yeah, life is as that is. I just have problems remembering stuff, unless it's writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll go to the refrigerator.
I care about it so much.
Oh, well, yeah.
I will go to the damn refrigerator, and I will like, wait, what happened? And then my husband's sitting on the couch, and he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, look, a lot. Can you tell me what I was possibly grabbing? Because I'll go, and then I'm like, oh, what? What? Oh,
yeah, why am I here for pickles, or why am I here?
I don't even know.
Strawberries? Was it pickles or strawberries? Have you ever had pickled strawberries? There you go.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, no, I don't like pickles. The smell of pickles makes me go.
Yeah. So definitely not that. Maybe it is strawberries.
Have you ever eaten something you really loved, but then you ate it and you were just like, I don't think I love this anymore, and you were like, this really made me like. Have you ever done that?
Yes, salads. I was making like this particular salad for like 7 months, and I would have it for brunch. But now I can't do it. I had it too much.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Was it the same?
That's why my relationship ends after a month. I had this too much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine.
That's right, Thomas.
That's it.
That's exactly.
Just kidding. Women don't date me, so. Well, actually, they do date me. They go, you look old.
Oh yes. Oh, another type of date. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, that's a play with words.
Yes.
Which, around the literary
I'm sure Eloise would appreciate that, but I think yes. Yeah. I think Eloise would appreciate that, though she is probably being productive.
Yeah. She has us on mute while she's working on her videos, going, "What are these two idiots talking?"
That's about right.
Tinkle, tinkle.
Tinkle, tinkle, Eloise.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, this is it. This is anyone who watches this, I'm sure.
I watch it every day. Shake my head.
Yeah.
Just over here, SMH.
At least we're amusing.
We have to.
We could be boring.
Yeah, I have to pause the editing to make spaghetti for the Overlord. The Overlord.
Which one is the Overlord, the child or the husband, Eloise? We do need answers.
Oh yeah, we're gonna, because we're trying to write a book.
Are they
here.
both?
We need information. Yeah. They could be the Overlords.
Both demanding in different ways for the spaghetti.
Nice. But ooh. I've got you guys playing on my phone and the video editing in my ear.
That is multitasking if I ever saw it.
As Christopher Walken would say, nice. Overlord is the child. Husband wishes he was an overlord. These are like sinister lines if you read them the right way, you know. But we
Gideon.
all know who the boss is.
It's very good.
But it could also be like, but you know who the boss is.
Yeah. That's called acting.
When we used
Very
to do
nice.
like auditions for like shows or movies, like stuff, we'd bring our own reader, and this guy, he always did like villainous roles, but he was doing the reading for us so actors could come in and do the audition, and he's supposed to be reading
Oh.
like this really loving and compassionate father role. And the line, one of the lines was basically, the father was like, he came home late and he's like, look, I know I came home late. I
Mhm.
understand you want me here more, but I had to work, I owned the business and it was whatever. It was like that. And he goes,
Yeah.
the woman does her line and she's supposed to be like a loving wife, whatever. And he's a loving husband, and she does her line and he goes, I've been working late. And I had to stay. Like the way the energy he was giving was just like, we're like, yo, bro. Because she
Calm
did a
down,
great
bro.
job responding to that. Like, oh, well,
Help me. I
I
don't
did
want
not
to die.
mean to break the rules, my lord.
Yeah. Oh, the Overlord. Well, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh
Has great
my
stories.
god.
That sounds like God saying, "Oh my God."
Have you ever seen Preacher? Preacher? God
No.
is in that.
Well, I was thinking of Bruce Almighty.
Oh, Bruce Almighty.
It's a classic.
Classic.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah,
Classic.
Freeman's book. Not Morgan
I
Freeman's voice is God. That's how
I
that
just
is.
I just
Can't
miss my
change it.
friend.
Is that Forrest Gump? That's not
No,
the
that's
same
from
voice.
Shawshank Redemption. Morgan
I
Freeman's
haven't
like,
seen
he's
that
like,
yet.
uh, you know, Brooks said it best. Who's gonna miss an old convict? The emphasis being put on the different words is change
Chef's
the
kiss.
whole line. Oh, there's an Italian,
Yes.
the Italian
That's a
thing.
chef kiss. She
The
probably did
emphasis,
that for you.
yeah, yeah, Italiano, Pali Italiano,
We no speak
pizza.
Americano.
Fun
Do you know
fact: the
that song?
word pizza means pie. So when people say, we should get a pizza pie," they're saying, "Could I get a pie pie?"
It's like pita, right? Pita is no, that's like chai. Is it chai? Is
Chai,
TT?
chai, chai. Would you like some
Chai.
chai?
Chai
No,
tea.
like a
Like
pizza.
some.
Like a pizza, like
Mm.
a vahini.
Oh no, that's naan. When you say naan bread,
No,
it's naan is bread. So you're saying bread. Yeah. Yep.
bread.
See,
Like a
Elizabeth knows
chai
what I'm
tea.
talking
Yeah,
about.
chai tea. Chai
Chai
is TT.
tea. Yeah, ha, 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 we got it. There's
TT
just
like
so
pee
many
pee.
silliness. Wait, what?
Is there a phrase or idea that you like to slip into every book you write,
A phrase or idea?
or an idea?
No.
Like a theme or style, like
Oh, a
because you're like,
theme?
is there something you care about where you're like, I want this represented, even if it's just the pass by moment?
Mm. Oh, that was deep. My eyes are watering. Uh,
Did you get it?
I don't know. I
No.
guess mental illness, but
Okay, mental illness.
all I mean Tessa has like social anxiety, but that doesn't
Mhm.
I guess you could say generalized anxiety, though she's a bit better. Um
Does she
she has a
progressively
handle
get
on it.
better over the books, or does she progressively
Well,
get worse over the books?
I know she's good at managing it. So
Mm.
she had it way worse when she was in living in the South, and there
Well,
were
that
no
makes sense.
covens. Yeah, and then and people were saying that she was crazy because she's hallucinating, but she's not actually like this time she's not hallucinating. She's actually seeing other beings. So then her parents moved up to Salem, Massachusetts, which does actually have a lot of Wiccan covens because it's Salem,
Yeah.
Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
And then she got better, but for a long time, in the early stages of her childhood. This is all in Obsidian Murders, but like it's not, you don't get slapped in the face with it. Um, you can. She says a few times throughout the novel that it was really hard for her, or you just see the hints of like, oh yeah, I was sent to a therapist. I saw the therapist weekly, and she thought that I was hallucinating, and then like the steps to like a diagnosis of what does she have, is she schizophrenic or blah blah blah, didn't happen because then her parents moved her to Salem, joined a Wiccan coven,
Yeah.
and normal, not a problem, but she still grew up with um, having the issues of anxiety and social anxiety because she
Okay.
can't
Uh,
say the full truth. So
now,
I guess mental illness, but she's the most um, better capable of handling it. Well, she already, yeah, she's
okay.
got her shit figured out.
Yeah. For anyone who missed that, the question was, uh, are there any ideas or like phrases or quotes or whatever that you like to put in your book? And Nicole said mental illness. Now, when you say a Wiccan coven, if that Wiccan
Mhm.
coven uh, was created in Boston, is it a Wiccan coven? That's a wicked
You
Wiccan
having
coven.
trouble there with your joke? Yeah, you should miss the joke.
You
Oh,
gotta
you
get
say
it's a wicked. I can't say
wicked.
wicked
I don't
wicked.
know. Yes, you're welcome. I
For
just
anyone who
highlighted
missed that,
just
thanks.
so. Yeah, yeah. She was busy cooking spaghetti for the overlord, so we did not want to call Eloise out, but here we are. We
Now
did it
remember, the
anyway.
softer the spaghetti, uh, uh, the better it is.
Oh, really?
Well,
Well,
yeah,
yes.
because it won't
Okay,
break your
I see
teeth.
that. Yeah, I used to. This is a weird fact. As a kid, I used to eat ice cubes and frozen French fries and um, not cooked pasta. Don't ask me why. I'm weird. It's okay.
And by when you were younger, you mean last week or?
And when I was like 10,
Yeah, but you know
though
how
I
like
heard, well, no, I learned somewhere, quote unquote, learned somewhere that if a kid is eating ice cubes, then there's some deficiency. I mean, I
that's
could
true.
see that because we grew up really poor, so there was some deficiency there. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but ice is like a meal and the drink at the same time, you know? So it's really a double decker. It's better than a Tang sandwich, I'll tell you.
A tan sandwich.
No,
A
a
what
Tang,
sandwich?
Tang. You take two pieces of
Tang.
bread and put some Tang mix on it. You know, Tang makes like the drinks, like you could make Tang on it. Like it's like Kool-Aid, but it's called Tang.
Oh,
And when you pour, in the
huh.
youth, you have some Tang sandwich. I used to actually have bread sandwiches where it's two slices of bread and a slice of bread in the middle.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a good one.
Yes, it is disgusting.
Disgusting. Thomas is often disgusting.
That's right. A Tang sandwich. That's also a reference
Uh,
to Married with Children, the television show. They used to always eat Tang sandwich.
oh.
You know,
Yeah, I don't even know what Tang is, so it's probably good that I did not know what Tang was.
it's the
Now, what are your
it's
themes?
the my themes. Oh,
Yeah.
I will always incorporate some fashion of found family and or
Mhm.
teamwork. So what usually happens is if
Oh.
somebody tries to do it all on their own, they usually fail. But when they start working with people,
Mhm.
they usually succeed. Um, and then the other thing is, I like to showcase healthy relationships, even though I also have unhealthy relationships. I
Mhm.
make sure to have healthy relationships. Like Garion and Zoliva, who are two characters, they're parental characters in the
Mhm.
book. They have an extremely healthy, loving relationship with communication, and they sort of lean on each other. You know, like they're even though Garion is the Nehramor, which is basically the leader of the people, and then she's the
Mhm.
Vru, which is like sort of like the spiritual guidance. But they're married,
Mhm.
and so he makes the final decisions, but really it's her guidance that helps him come to the decision. And
Mhm.
but they're also really good with the kids and everything. But I do have relationships where you're like, that person needs to get out of that kid is being abused with
Yeah.
lots of fists. Um because I think it's important to because I hate reading or watching stuff where it's like, no, like my biggest pet peeve is is this variation of relationships. The child is has a tattoo, a piercing, and they're really awful to the parents, and then the parents just take it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that. And then the other one is either there's two different versions of it. It's either
Mhm.
the woman is a biatch, like to the umpteenth degree, and the guy is like the nice guy, right? And like you're seeing like
Mhm.
he's the one being treated like crap. And then it's the reverse. The guy is like a bro, and the girl just wants, she's like a quote unquote softer character who just kind of like wants to enjoy life, and she has passions, and the guy is like a bro, and he's always cheating on her. And it's like, why does that have to be the go-to? Because you shouldn't see that
Mhm.
as often as you do. And it's almost as bad as like romance movies where it starts off, and this is, tell me if you've heard this before. If the guy is the lead, the protagonist, he walks in on his girlfriend or wife cheating on him. If the girl is the protagonist, she's in a relationship with a guy who is terrible, and she finds another guy that's better
Mhm.
and then leaves the guy. And you're like, we've seen this already. Like, let's try something else. And I just think it's important I love healthy relationships in stories, but that doesn't mean they all have to be healthy relationships. Just, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think, that I probably do found family as well.
Well, yeah, I mean,
See,
Bloodworth is right.
yeah. And then also The Two Foxes and The Patriot's Tale. And
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
guess the least would be found family would be in Danu's Curse because she does have her cousins that are, like, actually blood related that she's close to, but then
Okay.
she has her, childhood love, Finn. Does that count as
What's his
found
name?
family?
Did you
Finn.
say Finn?
Yeah,
Oh,
Finn.
I have a friend who has a character named Finn. You know how people are like, but I came up with the name. No, you didn't. There's just
Yeah, there's it's a
names.
very Irish,
Yeah.
name.
That's why I came up with Zaliva. I was like, let's try something new. It's just lazy writing. Preach, Thomas.
But, I guess that would be the one book that's not too found family, but she has created a friend group
Oh, maybe
with
that's kind of
not
cool.
related and related family members.
Do they point to
It's
each other's privates and goes, "Those are interesting"?
I don't know how that would. Oh, found, is that a joke of a found family? I don't know what that
No, no.
joke
It's
is there,
Stephen
Thomas.
King did that with his found family of the children in It. They all, for some reason, as children. Well, I know why they. I know what his intention was, but it's pretty
Oh,
disturbing.
that he was high on alcohol and cocaine or whatever, and he said he doesn't remember that.
Yeah, because he wrote it in like a weekend or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was like, "No,
yeah.
you
I'm like,
didn't.
okay, Steven.
There's
Okay,
no
Steven.
he did not write that in a weekend and then publish it. Like there was
No.
editing, there was rereading. Like there's no way he was like, it's done and there is nothing you can say about it, publisher. They were like, hey, what's with this scene? And he was like, "Oh, it's needed because it's a loss of innocence, and they're solidifying their bond." And they were just like, "Okay, well, you're Stephen King, so let's try this out. Let's see. No one's going to notice. Maybe I need to try cocaine."
Cocaine and alcohol and some other stuff that he was on. Oh, what, like he has said in the past, like he doesn't remember. I don't remember. Was it like half of his books?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was an alcoholic or something.
There's there's some that don't make complete sense, and I I can see how you don't remember writing that, Steve.
You know what's interesting though? If you read this is why, like, I tell people, like, especially clients, I go, writing changes and evolves over the time of existence,
Hmm.
right? And like Stephen King's It begins with massive telling. Like, spoiler.
Yeah.
Georgie is like hanging out, right? And that's kind of
Hmm.
descriptive, right? You have the little bit of immersion with the little boat and everything like that. But there's like a
Yeah.
moment within that of the kid like walking that he goes back and he just starts explaining that the little kid has family and like how long they've been here for, and like you're just like, why couldn't this just be in the book? Like,
Yeah.
why do you need to stop the immersive experience of this kid? Because technically if you watch the movie there should be narration over that where they're just like, by the way, this
Hmm.
child has a
Or not include that at all. Like,
well, yeah, it shouldn't be included, but in the book that's what it feels like. It feels like
mm,
there's something happening, but I have to get out this. You need to know this for you to enjoy it. And it's like, I'm going to learn that. Like, let me
yeah.
just read the book and like seed it in. Don't just,
Hmm.
you know. But nowadays people be like, that's crazy. Like, why do you have it like that? You know?
Writing has come a long way, because that's like a crap load of classic books of why I can't read most classic books.
How far back do you go with books? Like, what's a cutoff year where you're like, I'm not going to read like a book from the 70s? Like, how do you?
I'll read whatever, but if I DNF it, I will DNF that shit. I don't mind.
Oh.
Like, well, I love Shakespeare. I love
Hmm.
Brave New World, Animal Farm.
Two
Um,
households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona,
mhm.
where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge to mutiny. Okay.
Yeah, and then like Gilgamesh was pretty good,
Hmm.
actually.
It was
Not much.
Gilgamesh is pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh,
It's all right. Eh,
it was great.
I got through it.
Yeah. No, well, was that like the earliest novel, whatever? Or they
Uh,
count that as the earliest
I think
novel?
so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Beowulf is
that's
up there
good.
too, though, isn't it? Isn't Beowulf like it's like one of the earliest poems? I think.
Yeah, I need to
Beowulf.
reread Beowulf because I've forgotten it, but that was a struggle.
I
Um,
am Beowulf.
yeah, there's a lot of telling. But I've I've tried the Canterbury Tales, and some of it's good, and others like, oh my god, stop it. That's pretty old. Um,
I guess my earliest would be 1813 with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
that's a good book. Yeah, it's yeah. I think
Yeah,
I
it is a
gave Pride
classic.
and Prejudice 3 stars.
I've never
It's
heard of
fine. There's
Shakespeare. What
so
is that?
much.
What is it?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, you were quoting it, but what is it?
Yeah, what is it? Is it?
Um,
Oh, what is it? Two shout. The one where Hamlet's on the throne, like thinking about everything. Anyway, not zombies. Those scare. There is a Pride and Prejudice in
Zombie.
Zombies, isn't it? Right? I think there is.
Yeah, it's a great book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars.
Did you? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Was
I'm
it a
sure
slow
the
read or?
no, they're really
They're
fast.
zombies.
They're doing the usual. No, I think
Oh.
these are kind of fast.
Oh.
The zombies are pretty fast.
All right. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Um. Well, there are books that I actually go back and read, like from the early
Mm.
'90s and late '80s, and I'm just like, these books got me into reading and got me excited, but like I'm not excited about reading them. Like a reread.
Yeah, that's why I don't reread.
Yeah, but like if you read a book like when you were say 13 and the book was like I want to be a writer. Like you finish the book and you're like I want to be a writer. And then you go back and read that book and you're like this is terrible. Like, you know,
Yeah, that's why I don't go back because I don't have that second part.
cuz you're like I don't want to ruin it. Or is it a
Yeah,
choice like you're like I don't want to ruin
yeah,
the experience? Okay, that's fair.
yeah,
I'll accept that. I'll accept it.
hmm
Judges? Judges?
yeah. No, because like the Del Toro Quest series got me into reading,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to reread that. Also, because it's middle grade, and I was in middle grade when I read that book in its perfection as
Okay.
I remember it. So I'm not
You don't want to
touching it
corrupt
as
it.
a 31-year-old. No, I still have the copies of the Del Toro Quest right there. I am not going back and ruining my childhood.
All right. Interesting.
Not at
Interesting.
all.
Does that mean you don't go back and read your old books that you wrote? You're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to be reminded that there's a chance that I've improved.
Uh, no, I think that's different. And I know I've improved. I'm
Yeah, but
sure you'll pick up the improvednesses
yeah.
of a Patriot's Tale because that was the first book I ever wrote, and Patrick Thomas is currently reading A Patriot's Tale. So, but he's read The Two Foxes, Obsidian Murders, and Murderous Fairies, so he gets to see all the
Yeah,
differences.
yeah. That's how I feel
Plus,
about Chronicles of Narnia. That series made me feel things. That's a Portal series, and yeah, very good stuff. Very good stuff. But seeing the movies make you go, why would they do this?
yeah, I'm surprised they made that many movies. I don't know. I didn't like the Chronicles of Narnia, but it was read to me in a class, so that could have been it. But then, do I want to? I have so many other books to get to. Do I really want to read a children's classic?
Who
Because
does?
I've tried. I've tried to read. No, I have read like Stuart Little, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like those classics, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what's wrong here? It just doesn't work for me. So
it's
I'm
not
not
hitting you.
going.
Well, because you're
No,
not a kid.
exactly. So what's the point?
Yeah, you or I, if we
See
read
the point?
Green Eggs and Ham, we'd be like, "Why is this popular?"
No, that's amazing. Actually,
Not I,
5
said
out of 5
Sam.
stars.
I
It's
won't eat
amazing.
green eggs and ham. That's a 5 star.
It's a damn classic. Yes, it is. I will reread Shakespeare and Dr. Seuss,
Yeah,
both the
Shakespeare, you
same
can go
level.
back. Yeah, I don't think people go back and read Shakespeare and goes, "This isn't what I remember it to be."
Yeah, it's that good.
Oh, what do we got here? Did you
Shakespeare is my
have
favorite.
Shakespeare is excellent. There's just no. Did
Hmm
you have the misfortune of watching the 1970s adaptation of Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe? I was so angry. My 14-year-old self wrote to Spielberg to
Yeah, you tell him, Eloise. You tell.
fight the
I
power.
haven't. I haven't. I didn't even know there was a 1970s.
Yeah, well, because she contacted Steven Spielberg.
She
Uh,
did, and she got it erased.
yeah, they redid it
Yeah.
with Liam Neeson, I think, as the lion.
Oh.
I,
Well, he does have
I,
that voice, and
I don't
yeah,
know who
rock on Irish voice.
I
That's
don't know who you
interesting.
are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for money, I could tell you I don't have any. But what I do have is a certain set of skills that make that I've developed over a long career.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's from
That's
Taken,
my
right?
mom's favorite movie.
That movie's amazing. Surprisingly
Mhm.
enough, I never heard from him.
But he listens because we don't
Yeah.
remember the 1970s adaptation.
Look, Steven Spielberg cares. He proved it by adopting a child from Africa and let everybody know about it. So he did a very selfless thing.
Oh, did he? I don't even remember. Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was not born, so
I think if you adopt children and then you promote the fact that you adopted them just to be like, I got a child from a third world country, and it's like, so this is a PR move? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, wait.
well, yeah, that's very Hollywood. Uh,
It's rigged. Speaking of Hollywood, do you want to do another 20 before you
Is sprinting Hollywoodish?
yeah,
I guess
speaking.
I
Well,
guess so.
Hollywood is slow as molasses until they say go, and then it's so fast, you like you can't even sit still. It's crazy. Like before you
Mm,
get the budget approved, it's like, come on, are we filming this or not filming this? And then once they give you the money, they're like, why is it not done? You're like, you just handed me the check.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
they were human-sized beavers.
beavers. Beavers. What's it say? Anyone who does anything charitable and feels the need to advertise it is doing it for the wrong reasons, in my strongly felt opinion. One that I concur.
Oh
And just
yes.
for anyone who doesn't know, concur means concur.
Very nice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
schmeckel
And
in Yiddish is schmeckel.
mm, I like that word, but
You don't
I
like
will have to
schmeckel?
ask my. No, I said I like that word, but I'm going to have to ask my godmother what it means.
It's do you concur? Why didn't I concur? I love that
Like,
movie. I concur. Do you concur? Catch me
I
if you
concur.
can. Schmeckel means pinga, like a dingle dang, like a diphthong, a flippy flap, a doorknob.
Hmm,
It's a love hang.
interesting.
So
We should just move into the sprint, and I'll contact my godmother about that word. And if she yells at me, I'm going to yell at you.
I concur. Well, no, it is what I
Okay.
said it was. The schmeckel is so
Well,
cute. Yes, it so is cute, isn't it? Just sits there like,
yeah. Hmm.
look at that schmeckel. I used to do a joke where I'd be like, schmeckel, it's Yiddish for schmeckel. And then people, I'm like, why are people laughing at this joke? It's so stupid. But
People
whatever.
know if they know.
It tries. It really does. Look, sometimes you just have to feel bad for you. Be like, you're so cute, little schmeckel. You know, just rooting
Oh,
on.
it's that
Rick the
door.
Wreck is second.
It's that thing that supposedly stops the door from hitting
No,
the
it's the
wall.
thing that people pee out of if they are with one
Oh,
and
it's
they
a
stand up
penis.
to do it. It is, yeah,
You
it's a
couldn't
peni.
just say a penis. That is the medical term.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an inverted
Well,
clitoris.
that's why I'm not talking to my godmother about
If you know any Italian, ask him what strunza means. No. You can make a similar sound as that.
that.
All right.
Yes.
Twinkling.
Yeah, because that thing does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
As
go
I
into
tell women all the time, it looks much bigger when you close your eyes and imagine.
and say twingling like Eloise just said.
Swing-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang. Why is it so cute, your
Oh,
schmeckle? Look at that, baby.
yeah, just like you. Yeah, so yes. Hmm.
Stop pointing and laughing.
That's you all the time.
That's right. You know what happens when you laugh. Stop laugh. That's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The
Oh, I
weasels.
thought that we're still doing the Family Guy.
My poor husband is going to hate me the next time I bust out my new bedroom talk.
Schmeckle.
Honey, I've been thinking about you. Cutesy, witsy, schmeckle. That's what I
Not
get.
safe for work, but yeah. I mean, at least we do these sprints after work hours, so we
Yeah,
don't need to do an NSFW.
that's right. That's right. I'm working right now. No.
We all working, yeah. Let's go into the sprint. This might
Let's
be
do
the
it.
last sprint because my stomach is
All right.
not
Do you
happy
need a
with me
cup or
today.
a bucket? No, all right.
Probably a whole bathtub.
Bring that little schmeckle over here and let me give it a twang-a-lang-a-lang.
We went to get that info on the reaction. So next sprint, Eloise, please share that
We,
chat. We're
we
gonna give
demand an
you a week.
immersive description.
Yeah, an immersive description. Bring up, put that in your next book, even though it's not historically accurate whatsoever, and you'll probably get confused and or angry readers.
Yeah, I write sex scenes like sex scenes in movies where the guy and girl touch each other and somehow they orgasm at the same exact time within 3 minutes, and then I have to spend 4 hours trying to explain to my girlfriend that that's not how it works. No.
That might be the conversation many
You know what I'm
people
saying.
have if they grew up on just movies or romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look,
Ugh,
he
romantic
just touched her hair and now she's having 3 or yeah, but it takes 21 minutes just to warm you. You know, like,
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta put work into it. You can't just be like, "Hey, babe."
You gotta work it.
You gotta,
Yep.
guys, on the other hand, are different. You can look at them and be like, "I'm done. I finished." Thanks for that
Yeah.
wink. We're
It's
messed up.
great to be a
God
guy.
was like,
Yeah.
let's make you useless.
Yeah. Feel that. I'm
I think
sure
that's funny
Eloise.
though. What?
Well, I'm sure. Well, Eloise's point of her husband wishes he's the overlord. Yeah, this is the
The Overlord.
God has not given you overlord status. Just you just can think that it is, but in the bedroom,
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather finish
for
watching
all
the
guys,
episode.
yeah,
At my age, I don't even know what it looks like anymore. Uh,
it's your
anyway.
damn long hair. It just blocks everything out.
It really does. You ready to do this? You want to do this?
Well, yes,
All right, let's
yes.
do it. Boom. And go. That's the way you do it. Uh-huh.
Amazing. Do you have cookies?
I think that's a euphemism.
Mm.
A euphemism. Still typing? What are you doing? What's going on? Words just flowing,
I'm
huh?
trying to finish chapter 12. I don't know if it's going to.
Did it happen?
I guess so. At 1,331 pages. Words, not pages.
You did.
Jesus.
That's a lot of pages now. I'm
The
proud of you, girl.
brain's not working. Oh, yeah. That was all today. I wrote 1,331 words today. Look at that.
That's pretty amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
Well, last week I wrote about 5,000.
Listen, we know how good you are.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, I can't, it seems like I can't consistently write. But that's just not my brain. I can't do it every day or every other day. I just
Well,
kind of do it in mass.
some is better than none, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, let me check, the overall is 17,764 words. Oh my God.
That's
Amazing.
pretty. Yeah, hey, think about you. You know, hey, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, hey, hey.
How was your typity type type? Tinkle tinkle.
My tinkle tinkle was good. I did pretty good. What did I do? I did 500. I did 500 words. I did 500. I did 500 words.
Oh,
I did 500. I did 500 words. But I like to, like,
okay.
as I write, I'll stop and I'll reread it, you know, and I like do the voices and everything. You know?
Yeah, you just
Uh,
can't help yourself.
yeah, I like talking like the character. What is that? Mario meets Michael Jackson. Hey, it's a me, a Mario.
Oh, well, I guess you tried your best.
I did. Listen, he's Mario, and Luigi Mario. So just keep that in mind. They're twins, and Mario is the older by a few seconds. That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'll let you know if that's true next week when I look that up on the interwebs. No, I don't know. Whoa.
Hey, ooh, hey, ooh, hey.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even, are they twins? I don't even
Yeah, they are twins. They are, but they're
mm, fraternal.
yeah, they're fraternal twins. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but the Mario was born first, and then Luigi Mario came out, and that's it. That's the story of the Mario brothers.
Ta-da! Would you like to read something of yours
All
before
right.
we wrap it up?
Are you saying you want to read something of yours? Because I like when you read.
Oh, do I? Mm.
Because I do. I'll read
Mm.
some. I have no
Yeah, you
problem
go
reading.
first.
You want me to go first? All right. Let me just. I'm just organizing something. All right. You ready? Let's see. Let's kind of get into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we'll allow it. Go on.
Let's do it. Okay. Yeah. It is allowed. But if there are twins, why? Okay. The two barbarians pried a lingering Otis from the wall. His ecstatic interest in the new environment distracted him from going. Darian followed behind them without a sound. Otis ran past Aaliyah into to the large fireplace. This is huge, he said, reaching his arms to the height of the display. He turned to the lights surrounding the others as they entered. Celine, look at this. His words never reached her in her awe. She glanced around the massive room, scanning the walls as far as she could see. Aaliyah stopped next to Otis. You have to move. She gestured to the torch and the wood in the fireplace. Right. He hopped out, catching the corner of a royal sofa. What is this? He sat down on it. Ooh, soft. He moved his weight up and down, releasing dust into the air. The particles attacked his senses, forcing out a loud sneeze. The room bounced, the splash of sound across its space, forcing the group to still themselves.
Ooh.
Basically, if for context or subject,
Mhm.
Otis, Celine, and Zanaya are barbarians who have never been to a city, and now they're inside the crumbled castle of Maureen,
Mhm.
which I that was the setup of More Elreen. They're in a castle that's basically been destroyed. So they're seeing things like furniture, and he's like, "What is this? This is good. Oh, it's comfortable."
So weird.
Yeah. And Aaliyah's just lighting the fireplace. She's been here a couple times in the book, so like, the audience already knows by this point the room. But Otis and Celine's like, this place is huge, and Otis is just like, whoa, this is comfortable. They're not children though, they're 17 and 18, and
Mhm.
two of them are 19. But there you go. There you go. I know it was boring.
Wow.
I apologize.
Well,
Girl, this is
no.
nice. It still got roaches. Oh, it has roaches.
It probably has a lot of roaches and
Yeah.
mice or whatever if it's dilapidated. Whatever. I can barely speak. I'm thinking about the dinner coming up. Pork chop and French fries. No olive oil. I can't do it, but we'll be good without it.
That's right.
Yes. Well, I just
Go
came
for
up with something snazzy.
it.
So
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
we'll see how that goes. Actually, let's see. Now this is everyone has settled in front of the TV to watch Dracula, and that's funny because Bloodsworth's a vampire, but it's nothing like Dracula. The 1920s one, by the way, which is a damn classic. I saw it last year and it's amazing. Anyway, so please do watch it if you haven't done so already, people. Then it would be even more funny if you got the reference. Now, moving on. We've set it up. Where did you get your haircut? Evangeline asked Alex, without flinching at such a random question. Alex finished chewing and said, there's a cool barber shop a few blocks away that does my buzz cut. Why, are you looking for a buzz? I might need a shorter style cut, but nothing like yours. Someone rolls in. My neck sweats and I wish to have shorter hair this season. Does your barber cut very long hair or just short hair? Alex looked at me, then Evangeline, then back to me. Is she serious? Nina slapped Alex's arm and said, she doesn't seem to be from around here. She might not know what a barber is, right, Evangeline? The shifter nodded quickly, gulping down a bite of chicken. Isn't that someone who cuts hair? I have a lot of it and need a professional to take care of my long black hair, she added with a knowing nod. In a way, barbers specialize in shaving, trimming, or cutting hair and beards, Bloodsworth explained. She has been really sheltered by her parents, I whispered, leaning towards Alex and Nina. Is that why she keeps looking at me funny? I'm starting to think she was admiring your barber skills.
There you go. There you go. That was good.
Because in the beginning, Evangeline keeps looking at Alex and blushing. So then Tessa's like, why does she keep doing this? It's kind of weird. I hope it's not anything bad. She's just admiring the buzz cut. Because Alex had the buzz cut.
What we got here? Ugh, I must go and assist the overlord off the porcelain throne into his chambers. Thanks for the laugh and productivity. Woohoo! See you next time.
Thank you. Woohoo!
Bye-bye.
it's very that is lots of productivity
Yeah, yeah,
involved there, and
yeah, yeah. And you did
we had a
great.
great
That was
time.
wonderful. That was fun.
Oh, thank you.
How did you feel about that on a scale of 1 to 2? We don't want to get too judgy here.
That too, yeah,
Yeah, it's a solid 2,
yeah.
at least for that
No,
guy.
well, I pantsed it, so
Oh
I
my
had
God! Did you? Are you going to change him? You did a
yeah,
solid
no.
2 in your pants.
Oh no, I got it now. Yeah. Well, see, Eloise isn't around to admire that joke, so I hope she does come
Listen,
back for that in the replay.
I got you.
Uh-huh.
I got you. You
But
pants it. That's great though. How do you feel about that? You feel like
yeah,
woo?
it was good. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's totally gonna stay. I have the mystery idea. Well, I have it planned out, but then like everything else, no. So
You have
I
the
think
nodes.
that's just what I am. Yeah, I just this is what I am, and I should stop fighting it.
Yeah, you should just embrace it. You have your narrative nodes that you are desperately aware of, and then you get to play. You get to
Mhm.
discover how to get there.
Yeah, yeah. How to what? Yeah. Get there.
That's my nervous voice. Did it work?
Yeah. No, that just sounded like you were very nervous for me.
I'm always nervous for you. Okay.
I'm nervous just in general. Yeah, that's true.
You seem a little
Damn.
nervous. Sweat everywhere. What do you mean?
Yeah, little bo from the sweat.
Yeah, I'm
Gosh, you're
fine.
really
Yeah.
nervous. But how was my telling and showing? That was a good mix.
It was a good mix. You
It
got it's
was
show
nice.
sometimes tell, and you did
Yeah,
fabulous. Did you feel you did
fabulous,
fabulous, or you like listen?
fabulous.
It's time to show.
So fab. Yeah. Boom, boom, baby.
Yeah, you got to hear
I
some character
assume.
too, so that was nice.
Yeah. Well, Alex is always sassy. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
trying to think. Well, yeah, you see a little bit of Alex and Nina in the second book because Tessa and Bloodsworth are not in Bethesda; they're in Santa Fe, but they're back. Yeah, they're
Well,
back
because of book
home.
3.
Yeah, book 3, so you get to see Alex and Nina and George, the
That's
friendly
right.
ghost in the
Yeah.
closet.
The odds are home, and the evens are away. I
Hmm.
remember. I
Wait,
remember.
does
One is
no
odd,
wait,
right?
wait, and
One
then
is at
yeah,
home.
okay, yeah, one's home,
3
two
is at
is in
home.
Santa Fe.
Yeah, there you go.
Two, oh, I obviously didn't have a great public education. I admit that.
Uno
Had to think about
es mi casa.
it.
Dos
One,
es mi
5,
biblioteca.
15. Yeah.
Lo,
What are
los
words?
los Santa Fe. I don't. Right, the Santa Fe. What's your name?
Uh,
The.
yeah, I can barely speak English. Why are you asking me about Spanish?
Do you place? Obviously, I'm asking this question because I want the audience to know the answer. So
Hmm.
I'm going to ask ignorantly. Okay. Do you add uh different languages in the books? Do you filter different languages in the books and and just write them as the language, or say, hey, they responded, they spoke to each other in Spanish, and then you write it out in English? Do you do that? Let the audience know.
Oh, I just say that they're speaking a different language.
They are
But like,
speaking in the French.
yeah, they're so. But in Danu's Curse, they're speaking Irish, but I wrote it out in
Oh, the Irish Gaelic. Yeah.
English. Yes.
The Gaelic.
But a good point made a while ago was to not italicize different language words. So all of the words that are Irish that I think are important to say in the Irish wording and spelling are not italicized. They're just normal words.
And well, they should be. And
Yeah.
well, they should be. Yeah.
hmm So, well, I mean, you can really tell which one is Irish because you're like, how do I pronounce that? And then you look at the glossary that I have in the front, and you're like, what the hell is this? And that's indication that's Irish.
You're like, this,
That's how you figure it out. Or you look at it and you're like,
what is she drunk? She must be Irish.
yeah, only sometimes. Um,
I'm never drunker than sober.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of like it though. Like when books will like, and they don't explain it either. They'll just let subtext or the
Yeah.
textualization of the scene kind of like represent um what they're saying or what they're trying to say. I kind of like that in books where it's
hmm
like, oh, I don't speak that language because it's completely made up. But I have
Oh,
maybe like 15 or 20 different languages in my world that I actually worked out because I just used the same formula and then just adjusted things. But I do sneak them in occasionally, and but at the
mm,
same time,
fancy. Well, yeah, you have to keep up with that. What are you, Tolkien?
well, Tolkien
God.
they did like a language creation. I created a
Yeah.
formula to develop language that's based off of the
Oh.
English grammatical rules, but the way vowels and consonants are pronounced, the phonetic element of it, that's adjusted per language, and I have the rules and everything.
Mm,
Like I mapped it out and everything, but
okay,
uh,
Tolkien.
well, I get bored.
Yeah. Yeah, you're bored and you create a kind of like a language. It's
Yeah, yeah.
someone showing off in this live stream today. Damn.
Oh, you don't want to learn troll? Come on. You don't want to learn otar? What about tuwani?
I can't. I couldn't even figure out any of the Romance languages, so that might be a little difficult there, Thomas, for me.
Well, in Latin, you could just say ita. That means yes. There you go. And no is nun. So have fun with that.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
we're getting somewhere, I guess.
yeah. Well, in Spanish, no is no, right?
No.
So when
hmm
someone would ask, like I'd ask someone, I go, "Do you speak Spanish?" And they go, "No," and I go, "That's perfect."
Oh, that's a good one. We should end on that lovely language joke
Let's go.
for this stream of February 28th. I could have thought way ahead of time and done a stream, like a special stream, whatever, on the 29th because of Leap Day, but you know what? I'm not very original. But we will see everyone next week for a productivity live sprint, but it's going to be moved to Thursday. Not
Ooh,
Wednesdays, people, Thursdays at
Thor
5:20
Day.
PST. Yes, it's important. Important. Importante.
Importante. So in
I've
4
been
years, we could do
told,
it on the 29th.
yeah, well, no, yeah, I've been told that I don't always pronounce the T important. So I was like, important, importante, because that is my ADD acting up. So we should just wrap this shit up, right? Because we might go down the rabbit hole with more stuff, and who
Yeah.
knows? Who
He'll
knows,
be like,
people?
"What's going on?" I'll be like, "Quick, how many hands do I have up?" You know?
Yeah, I was
One.
I was counting two, but then I was like, that's not right. So two fingers, two fingers, Nicole. That you need to pay attention.
That's right. That's right.
Comprehension.
All right,
Yeah.
I guess that's it, huh? I guess we could all go to the bath. I mean, go relax
So
and
the bedroom, bathroom, kitchen.
let's go
Just
get
have
our
a great
cookies.
rest of your night. Yeah, have a great rest of your night, people. We'll see you next week, and I hope you are as productive as us. But that's relative because who knows? Who knows what you all are doing? The few people still watching. Thank you, and bye bye.